So let's talk about practice. My sprint group needs to be 35 to 40. I would prefer 35, and I cut. I tell guys, hey, if there's 5 singing parts in the play and you try out for a singing part and you're not in the top 5, yeah, you get to be a treat or something in the play. They don't add a singing part because they feel sorry for you. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you didn't win a singing part. If you don't believe in cutting, I ask you this question. Why doesn't the freshman boys basketball team at your school keep 60 kids? It's obvious, right? As a matter of fact, it's tough to manage, and guess what? I don't like the word manage. We're coaches. We're not managers. So you can't even manage 60, let alone coach them. And only 5 get to play at a time. That's awful for you to keep all 60 guys. I feel the same way about sprinters. I cannot coach. I tell our assistants, we're not going to spend 80% of our time working with the 20% of the kids that can't skip. Nope. Well, that's mean, coach. No, this is a sport. This is a competition. So, by the way, when I say cut, it's a soft cut because we don't cut distance. We say, we're just moving you the distance. If you want to. 7 years ago, I cut a kid named Omar Paramo. He's like 18-mile-an-hour kid. That doesn't get on the bus for us. I said, you need to go. And he, okay, coach, I'll go the distance. He ran a 4:20 mile as a senior. Every time I see Omar, I made you. Think about it, though. You ever coached freshman football before? And 8 kids try out for quarterback? No. They made. You moved 5 of them to a different position. But my son wanted to play quarterback. He wanted the top 3. I can't coach 8 quarterbacks. We do cut throwers, too. Very seldom do they choose to go the distance. But, I am not going to take some bowling ball type kid that throws 22 feet in the shot put. No, we're not going to do that. I know that sounds mean, but track is a sport and not a recreational activity. Now, it is easier to coach big distance groups. Agreed? It's not as hard. Yeah, they go outside, even in the cold. Okay, there's 3, now we're getting some nitty gritty here. There's 4 different types of sprint workouts. We do speed workouts, we do X Factor. I didn't invent the word X Factor, but I'm the first person that called it X Factor workout. So if you hear about an X Factor workout, that came from the Feed the Cats, me, 2007, when I was telling our football coach what we were going to do in the winter. I said, we're going to do these exercises, and we're going to vary them, and we're going to call it X Factor. X for unknown, X for exercise. Okay, so I don't have a copyright or anything, but yeah. And then we do, these are yellow, that's red, that's going to be important. And then we off days, very important workout. 42% of our days in a 19-week season last year, 42% were green. Keeps the coach young. So that's what my schedule looks like. Color-coded. Green is an off day. Yellow is don't burn the steak. Caution. Red, oh shit. This is tough. The red days are meets and lactate workouts. Oh, there's a C up there too. I did a capacity workout. 10 40s in 10 minutes. I thought it was lactate, but it wasn't. They didn't get sickly or nothing. But 10 40s spiked up in 10 minutes, still hard. We're just pumping up our volume because we haven't run more than like 3 5-second runs up until that time. So it's just kind of a ramp into, but those are red days. And my saying, never let today ruin tomorrow, is a great saying, but the more proper saying is never let today's workout ruin tomorrow's workout. Do you see what's after the red days? Green, baby. It's a hard day, but tomorrow we go home after school. It's good for coaches too, I'm telling you. So, I love a 4-day work week. If you go back to that other slide, there was only one day where there was not 3 days of green. Think about that. 4-day work week. Once again, my 42nd year of coaching track, and I'm younger now than I was then. There's a Dylan song. I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. I love that. I mean, I was a grinder. I went home tired every day after practice, all practice. Coach 3 sports. Now, I just go home, work on my computer. It's fun. So Monday's either a meet or a lactate workout, but it's a red day. And then Tuesday, this is generally speaking, sprint holiday. And people say, wait, your distance guys practice? Of course they do. Well, does anybody ever say anything? Well, one time, 11 years ago, a distance kid said, why do the distance guys have to practice? I said, because you're too slow to be a sprinter. And for some reason, that had a ripple effect, and I've never had to answer that question since. So after the green day, we can work on speed. And people that visit my speed workouts, Les wanted to see a speed workout. I'm glad he couldn't see it, because people are disappointed. Like, this is all you do? Yeah, it's like 10 speed drills and 3 time sprints. Then we go home. That's it. We're there for 45 minutes, and we do 60 seconds of work. Think about that. Think about that compared to running 2200s, which is what I used to have to do as a sprinter. My college coach would send us on 6-mile Indian runs. Sprinter, 6-mile Indian runs on Mondays. He said he'd read that it bulletproofs your hamstrings. And he was right. We were all too damn slow to ever pull a hamstring. So Thursday, we do an X Factor. Friday, we go home. And Saturday, we have a meet. That's a typical week. You say, well, gee, if we have 3 meets in a week, well, first of all, fix your schedule, okay? When are we going to do lactate work if we have 3 meets in a week? You won't. You won't. Oh, by the way, do meets train you? Sure it does. Treat meets like it's high-performance training. Oh, Sunday off, of course. How to cook. Really important you know how to cook. No more than 2 lactate events per week. If you have 3 meets, I would not run your better guys in all 3 meets. Pick 2. Now, I realize sometimes we schedule 3 because it's April, and 2 of them are going to get canceled or something. That's why we do it. We do no endurance, no tempo, no laps, no sub-max. Crazy. Let's feed the cats unique. Total off days per week, 2 or 3. I love the 3 days off. Color code green. Off day after lactate, there's a 48-hour hangover after a meet or a lactate workout. You may say, well, gee, our state meets on Saturday. We have to be prepared for a 2. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to be prepared to have a lactate event 2 days in a row. It's going to be hard, but there's magic in the finals. When you're in the finals, your kids will run fast. But we didn't train. Stop thinking like that. The overarching in-season mission is survival. I don't know if we get any faster in season. We do get faster in events. But in the 10-meter fly, we do not get faster. Why? We're doing all that lactate stuff, all that hard stuff. That doesn't make you faster. When do we get faster? When we're not doing the hard stuff. That's when we get faster. Our secondary mission is, we want to be fast, of course, but sprinting farther becomes a mission, of course. If you only sprint 5 seconds, you're going to have to figure out how to sprint 50. So that's one of the missions. And then we got to stay happy and healthy, and that's the hardest thing in the world. When the weather sucks and workouts are hard, I'm thinking about how to make track unsuck every day of my life. So what does a speed day look like? I'll show you.